Let's be honest, work isn't always easy. Deadlines, miscommunications, office politics. It's not always sunshine and rainbows. Whether it's a disagreement with a coworker, a misunderstanding with your boss, or just navigating the stress of daily challenges, conflict is part of life in the workplace. But here's the good news. As Christians, we're not left without guidance. The Bible gives us timeless wisdom for handling conflict. With grace, truth, and a heart for reconciliation. In this video, we'll explore how to manage workplace conflict, respond to criticism wisely, and handle difficult people, all through a biblical lens. One of the clearest passages on conflict resolution comes from Matthew 18:15 to 17, where Jesus outlines a step-by-step approach. If your brother or sister sins, go and point out their fault, just between the two of you. If they listen to you, you have won them over. At first, this might sound like confrontation, but really, it's about restoration. Here's how that applies at work. 1. Go directly to the person. If there's an issue, talk to the person privately and calmly. Don't gossip about it. Don't let it fester. The goal isn't to win an argument. It's to restore the relationship. 2. Involve a mediator if needed. If the issue isn't resolved, bring in a trusted neutral party, like a manager or HR representative, to help mediate. The point isn't to take sides, but to promote fairness and understanding. 3. Take it higher if necessary. If the problem continues, escalate it to the proper authority, but always as a last resort. After you've tried to resolve it with grace and humility, Jesus' model isn't just about settling disagreements. It's about preserving peace and valuing relationships. We've all worked with someone who's challenging. Maybe they're passive-aggressive, overly critical, or just hard to communicate with. So how do we respond in a way that honors God? 1. Show empathy. Remember, everyone's fighting battles you may not see. Try to understand where they're coming from. Often, people act out of their own stress or insecurity, not malice. 2. Set boundaries. Empathy doesn't mean tolerating disrespect. You can be kind and firm. For example, I'd like to finish my thought, then I'd love to hear yours. That's grace with strength. 3. Respond with patience. Proverbs 15:1 says, "A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." Responding calmly can diffuse tension faster than anger ever will. 4. Pray for them. Prayer changes everything, sometimes the situation, sometimes our hearts. Ask God to give you compassion, wisdom, and peace. 5. Lead by example. Even when others act poorly, respond with grace. You may be the only glimpse of Jesus they see at work. Criticism can sting, especially when it feels personal or unfair. But how we respond says a lot about our faith and character. Here are 5 ways to handle criticism biblically. 1. Listen before reacting. Before getting defensive, take time to truly listen. Sometimes criticism contains truth we need to grow from. 2. Own your mistakes. If the feedback is fair, acknowledge it. Apologizing and improving shows maturity and builds credibility. 3. Respond calmly and professionally. Even when criticism feels harsh, respond with calmness and respect. It demonstrates wisdom and emotional strength. 4. Use it as an opportunity for growth. Instead of viewing criticism as an attack, see it as a tool. Ask, what can I learn from this? 5. Don't hold a grudge. Forgive and move on. Holding on to resentment only weighs you down. Ephesians 4:32 reminds us, be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. Conflict isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes it's the soil where growth happens. Handled with humility and patience, conflict can strengthen relationships, build trust, and reveal God's grace at work in us. When we apply biblical principles like empathy, truth, forgiveness, and humility, we become peacemakers in environments that desperately need peace. Matthew 5:9 says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God." That's our calling, to be bringers of peace, even in difficult workplaces. Conflict and challenges are part of every workplace. But as followers of Christ, we're called to respond differently, to handle tension with grace, truth, and wisdom. When you choose patience over pride, understanding over offense, and prayer over frustration, you not only resolve conflict, you reflect the heart of Jesus. And that kind of leadership transforms workplaces. If this message encouraged you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone navigating workplace challenges. Together, let's learn to reflect Christ even in conflict.